Hello everybody, my name is AVAX Capital. I am very thankful to say that I'm doing today my second market review on the 22nd of November 2023. Yes, so today I will show you my trade ideas for the current week and my setups that I took last week. So I would like to start with Bitcoin. Like I mentioned in my last video, Bitcoin had a massive upwards move since mid of October from 27k to around 38k. But now we are getting to a resistance area, a very important resistance. And if we go to lower time frames on the 1 hour chart, we can see where this resistance is sitting around. So around that 37.9, 37.8 level. Let's mark this out because this is very confluent with range, with a macro range that has played over January from 2022 till May 2022. So we are now approaching the range lows of that range, and it sits around 37,600. So around our current resistance. If I want to see continuation on Bitcoin, we need to clear out this resistance. This means if Bitcoin cleans out this resistance, that would be very, very bullish for altcoins, since altcoins are the beta from Bitcoin. We could see many 30-40% moves on altcoins over the next weeks, but only if Bitcoin can clear this resistance. So let's mark some levels that are pretty important for this range. So let's mark out our mid-range, since it seemed to be well, a most pivotal point on this area. So we can see, let's draw the Fibonacci lines out. So here we can see we had a move to the upside, then that led to the lower move, and then we broke out this resistance, range on May. So the mid-range seems to be also a confluent level. And now, if I want to take this long, how would I take it? So let's go to the 5-minute chart, and before I explain to you the long setup for the next weeks, I would like to tell you a trade that I took last week on the 16th of November. That was pretty decent. So let's go back with our bias that 37,600 is a resistance, or 37.8. In that case, 37.8 is more confluent with the levels we had. So let's say 37.8 is our resistance. So I was getting on the charts on the 15th of November at the evening, so around like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and Bitcoin was not doing pretty much, so it was not an area where I would be interested in trading Bitcoin. And then I set an alarm around this 37.8 area. We came here to this 37.8 area, and what I liked about this area is that we saw this massive exhaustion wick on the 5-minute time frame. I must say, on the 30-minute we didn't even have like oh yes, okay. Yes, you can see here that exhaustion wicks. So the sellers stepped in. There were not many buyers to fill those sell orders, and in that case we came back down from this resistance area. So let's go back to the 5-minute chart, how I executed this trade. This is the 20th, now 16th here. Okay, so we saw this exhaustion wicks, and I went around to bed at 11 o'clock, and I decided, okay, I will look at the morning how this setup will play out. So in the best case, I would like to see a deviation from this area, from this resistance area, and this is what we got. We got here those exhaustion wicks that were not expansive enough or didn't have enough momentum to let this move ongoing. and that's why we came back under that resistance. So how I wanted to execute this trade was to get near a retest of that range high, that resistance area, and I didn't quite get it. So I now that I had a predefined risk, so my risk was okay, if we get above this 38k, so above this equal highs here around this area, then I need to pay attention for further moves to the upside. But I decided then to go short on 11 o'clock or something like that, and I put my stop here around this area. And I was looking for a more expansive move to the downside, since we had many weeks of price action which was to the upside. And well, this doesn't mean anything, but this move here was quite fast, from the 14th to the 15th of November, and I thought, okay, if we get such an fast move to the upside, then we must also get a fast move to the downside. And I closed around my short at the evening, so it was a very good setup. I closed it around 9 p.m. So I posted this trade on my timeline and on Twitter. If you think that I'm lying, you can go and check it on Twitter. And so I closed it around this area 36. I wanted to close around here. I need to tell the truth, but I didn't quite get it, so I closed it around this area. And since then we had a chop around this 35.6 to 38k. So let's look at some altcoins that I wanted to long, and then I will cover after that the Bitcoin long setup that I would like to take. So here I wanted to take that Matic short, but I didn't take it. It's quite funny because I was thinking about, let me explain my thought process, what I was thinking about this trade. So let's go here to the higher time frame. AVAX was on, like most altcoins, on a decent macro range from $21 to around this $11. So we have been around this area since June of 2022, like most altcoins are in this trading environment. And we got on August and September this deviation on AVAX, so around this $8 level. And my plan, well, I had one swing short that I wanted to take from $11 to $16, but I didn't take it because I didn't pay attention to AVAX, I must say that, but I took another setups that were also quite profitable. So let's go on. But this setup was very good, I must say. So I was looking on AVAX or to the mid-range of our macro range, which is around here on the $16 area. And we had a massive move on AVAX from $11 to $16 in 2 days. So I was thinking to myself, okay, if AVAX is having such a massive move and we get a pullback, where I want to execute for the next leg higher. And I was thinking to myself, okay, I want to execute around the $16 area. And I was looking on the 13th of November to the chart, but I thought to myself, okay, around here 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock. But I thought to myself, okay, if I now execute my trade here on this massive wick, we came here to the $16 level, and I was thinking to myself, okay, if I execute now, maybe I could get chopped out over the night. So what I want to see is an absorption wick. So that means that the sellers step in and they buy all the sellers' orders, and we get back quite fast into a higher price. And that's what we got over the night. Let's clear out these lines. So what I wanted to see over the day I executed a small position of not much, around this $17 here, 17,085, and my resting orders were around 16.4. So I also posted it on my timeline on Twitter. You can go and check it out. And yes, I was thinking to myself, okay, if we get that 16.4, then I will ride this long to the range highs of $21, and this would have been such a great trade over one day. But I didn't take it because I got a bit emotional at the lows, and yes, that was a mistake that I took, and yeah, I closed it break even. I could have made some decent gains over 2 days, but now I need to accept this and to learn from this. Like everything in life, when you fail at something, you need to learn from it. You don't need to say to yourself, okay, why didn't I do this or this? You need to learn from it. So okay, let's get to Bitcoin. Today I think I will only cover AVAX and Bitcoin, so my shorts, my setups for the last week, and I will cover one setup for the coming week, what I would like to see on both directions, on short and long. So now let's say I don't like, I'm not very impressed about this price action, since it has been very choppy from the 9th November till now. So we have been around this smaller range from 35.6 till 37.8. I'm not quite sure. It seems to be holding quite well. So we have here our range highs or range lows. Range highs, range lows are getting all tagged. So if I want to be a day trader, I would just focus on this range from 9th November till 22nd of November. And I would only trade the extremities of the range, so the range high here around 37.8 and also the range lows at 35.6. What you want to see if you want to be a short seller is those exhaustion wicks that I mentioned. So you go on the chart, and then you go to the lower time frames and you look for those wicks. You look for those massive wicks. And in most cases, I'm a price action trader to myself, so most cases, the last wick where there is a shift on momentum from either to the upside or to the downside, you see one last retest of the resistance area or near that resistance area, and then you get that shift. But till then you will have some wicks here and there. So let me explain with another example, like on the 16th of November here, something like that. You didn't quite get it here to the range as to this resistance area, but it's $100 away, and you saw here this small wick then led to that momentum shift to the downside, and then you want to be a buyer on every upside that you get. So that was a small alpha from me. So what I wanted to see is that Bitcoin gets here to this 37.7. Maybe we see a sweep of the high, so around this 39, 38k, so that all stops that are resting here get blown out, and then it would be very interesting to see if then you can go to some confluent factors like order flow. Then you can look at those footprint charts and look for those exhaustion wicks, or on the footprint chart, how is the bid and ask profile, where I want to do my business. And if we get back inside to this range, then I would look for a short trigger. To the long side, as a day trader, it would be the opposite. You want to wait for those range lows around this 35.6, 35.7. So yeah. And I think this, now from a swing perspective, is getting is getting really hard to take. So I'm not a breakout trader. I don't like to trade breakouts on Bitcoin. I more like it on altcoins. There you have more upside. But this is not an, well, till now I don't see that momentum shift. We are currently in this range from the 9th of November to now, and now I would only focus on this range. If you are a swing trader, maybe you could look, if we play over more weeks in this range, that we could maybe or possibly be now establishing a distribution zone around this 37 and 35 area. And now you could build some positions up for a short, if you are now interested in shorting this again to the next macro level. That would be around this 30k area, 31k. Then you could play this pretty safe if we stay here over the next weeks. So if you don't have any positions now on spot or perps, I would really wait for this 31.3 area, and if we don't get it before, don't FOMO in with all your capital, and then we get a fast dip, and then you get emotional on your backs and you sell them. Been there also in 2020, sorry. So don't do that. Just wait for your levels with patience. Patience is the key to win in this game. And that's all from me for today. I hope you enjoyed this small market review. Today I only took 2 coins. Next week, or I will try to do this Sunday, the next market review, I would like to go further on some altcoins that I'm looking to trade for the next week. And I thank you all very much for hearing to my market review. I hope you enjoy this Wednesday and wish you all a blessed day. See you.